SC Sports World back in the house. Luther Dupree, Still City Luke. I got Big Rome, Fillmore, Bubbles is in the house. We got Smoke on the phone. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man. It's this is how it starts.
This is how it started. Hey, first let me do this, man. I got to give a shout out to Big Ralph. He's not here. He's down. Claudio is down. Y'all brothers get well and come back on the set, man. We got a lot. I don't know if they sick or watching that damn game with the Chargers made them sick. We're going to get into it, man. Smoker Jim, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen, man. Let's get it started with you, Jim, man. We got your first to 10 with Jim. We don't know what this man is going to say right now, but Jim, it's all yours. What's up, Jim? What's going on?
Thanks, Lou. You deserve credit. You gotta go to Jeanette High School who kicked Clearton up and down the field.
What?
You know, if Clearton can barely beat Jeanette, you might as well crown poor Terry right now. In my opinion, poor Terry is the greatest team I've seen since some of them Perry teams years back.
Oh, chill out.
Come on now.
Credit. Parsons, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, 1 tackle, the $188 million mistake is continuing to lose for the Green Bay Packers. And finally, New York Giants and the Washington Commanders are battling for last place.
Yeah. All right, Jim. You know what? I noticed what you left out. You ain't say nothing about your boy Jackson Dart. 4 concussions in 6 games. Jim, let me tell you, he looks more like Tua 2.0 than the next Patrick Mahomes right now. It's not all his fault. You know, Brian Daboll was running him like he was a damn fullback, and another concussion. I mean, he doesn't slide. He doesn't understand. This is not college. You got to get down. But 4 concussions in 6 games, yeah, he's 2.0 because he can't take it and he's not protecting himself. So we'll see. Jim, since we're talking about KOs and knockouts, we got to talk about Virgil Ortiz. He destroyed Lubin in 2 rounds. I was shocked. I thought it would be better. I knew Lubin was going to get knocked out, but I thought he'd last more than 2 rounds. But after the fight, my man Boots Enos got in there and challenged Ortiz. Ortiz didn't seem like he wanted it. All that stuff he talked, the fight is here. His team is making excuses saying, we want Earl Spence. Earl Spence hasn't fought in 3 years. How are you calling out a man that, he done had 2 car accidents, got beat down by Bud Crawford, and hasn't fought in 3 years? When you got a young bull right in front of you, I loved it. I loved him going in the ring and put all your money on Boots Enos if they fight. Ortiz got a lot of power, but he's very basic. Jim, I've been telling you since we covered him at Golden Gloves, Boots Enos is the next Roy Jones. The way he moves, power, everything you want in a champion, he got it, except the mouthpiece. But he can fight, I can't wait to see it. I hope Ortiz doesn't go in another direction. This fight needs to happen in January, February, or March. It could be a fight of the year type, but I got Boots Enos stopping him. I've seen Virgil Ortiz get put down by lesser opponents, and he's going to fight the young phenom, Jerron Boots Enos. Yeah, he's going down. I can't wait to see it, Jim. But, you always talk bad about Boots Enos. He get your respect now, Smoker Jim?
Well, first of all, like I said about Philly fighters, Philly got some of the most talented fighters. All they don't care about winning championships.
Oh, my God.
All they care about is being famous in Philadelphia. And that's their biggest problem. Listen, Boots ain't fought nobody on his resume. The one guy he did fight that gave him trouble, he couldn't cut off the ring. He fights about once every year, so I don't even know how you can even be impressed with his resume. Yeah, he got talent. He do a lot of things that you see people do in the gym. But if I was Boots, I'd stay away from any real competition, and Ortiz would be real competition.
Oh, Jim, man, listen, you've been hating on this guy way too long.
He ain't fought nobody. They gave him a title.
He's trying to fight people, and they won't fight him. He's trying to fight for. He had to run in the ring.
Did he or did he not win the title in the ring? He didn't win. They gave him a title.
No. You're saying it wrong. Bud Crawford was undisputed and went up to 154, so the titles were dispersed, and he got the IBF belt.
They gave him the title without him fighting for it in the ring.
Jim,
just like Ken Norton got it.
Jim, if guys are moving on,
Ken Norton got knocked out every fight after they gave him the title.
Jim,
I don't respect guys that don't win it. 99.9% of the people who are champions won it in the ring.
Yes,
I don't respect somebody that gets it outside the ring.
Jim, he still defended it. He took a belt off of Staniotis and became a unified. He tried to fight Brian Norman, and it was a money thing, and they didn't fight.
Oh, yeah. It's always
no, I'm just saying. Listen, it is a business, Jim. It is a business, Jim.
Guys getting the belt outside the ring, and I don't respect guys like Paul Skeens getting a Cy Young without a winning record. I think you got to turn down.
No, you don't turn this down. Listen, it's not his fault that he doesn't have the guy. And congrats to Paul Skeens. Cy Young, he's just the second player to win Rookie of the Year 1 year in 2024, and then come back and win the Cy Young. The last one to do it was the White Gooden.
Never win a Cy Young. Didn't have a winning record. Cy Young had 500 wins, no. Cy Young had 500
Okay, Jim, it's not it. And he didn't play for the Pirates. He didn't play for the Pirates. ERA. Jim, listen. And look at his ERA. One of the lowest ERAs. If he got any production, he would have 20 wins, Jim. He was getting barely one run a game. He had the lowest run production when he pitched in Major League Baseball.
Johnny Mason should have turned down the Heisman when he was 2-9 for Tennessee and gave it to Jim Brown from Syracuse.
Jim, you going way back, man. Both of them.
They want to give it to black players. They want to give it
Jim,
to black players.
I don't know how that correlates with this, Jim. I don't know how that correlates with this. Congrats, Paul Skeens. Well, he got it. No matter what you say, he got it, and he deserves it. We're not going back 60 years, Jim. Come on, man. That CTE is setting in bad, man. Hey, listen, I know Fillmore, you had something you wanted to say. We got my man Derby. He said he's not an alcoholic. After watching that game Sunday night, might have to become one. All right. Because this was the worst game I ever seen the Steelers play. That was worse than the Bengals and the Packers game. It was bad for sure. Hit the like button, subscribe. We got my man Buster Cheeks. Hagler's the best nowadays. Okay.
That's a crazy handle.
That's a crazy handle right there.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Somebody set you up, Butch.
Yeah, right. That is clueless. Yeah, I agree. Smoker Jim, something's wrong. What else? What's up, Destiny? And Nolan Ryan was the best ever. Okay. Dude, these drug tests. All right, Fillmore, what you got? It's gonna be one of those. All right, what you got, Fillmore?
So look, man. This went under the radar, man. Earlier this week, a freshman from Aurora University, football player, he just dropped his $60,000 full scholarship because he's being bullied for racism.
Yeah,
Now he went. Him and his mom went to the coach, and the coach is Hall of Famer wide receiver Don Beebe.
Don Beebe with the oversized helmet.
Yes, sir. Don. He in Hall of Fame for special teams, Green Bay and Buffalo. Right. He tells mom. He says, "Oh, I got the famous line. I got black friends. I played with black players. We play like this all the time." Very dismissive, and that young man was like, "I'm done. He can't play no more." Right? I'm done. So this is my thing right here. When we send our children off to college to play sports,
right,
we depend on the coach to have the same values, or at least a little bit mirror the values that we have to protect our children. If you're not examining the coach, because they're not going there for the school, they're going there for the coach. That's why when James Franklin left, a lot of his recruits left as well. When we don't examine the coach that they're going into, they don't share the same values, our kids aren't safe, man. Pull them. So what? He's a Hall of Famer. So what? Your child ain't safe there. And parents, we gotta examine these coaches, because that right there is egregious. They cannot allow bullying to happen in a football team. In a football team, he said, "If I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe in the locker room. I can't feel safe in the field with them. I can't play." You gotta be better, man. Dawn Beebe, come on, man. We gotta be better.
Dawn Beebe, definitely. All right, we got Who the Goat. Salute. Who the Goat. Appreciate that. Smoking Jim already starting this BS. Yeah, what else is new, man? That's Smoking Jim for you. Hey, but Big Rum, what you got for us, man? Anything you want to hit on before we jump into the Steeler game? Because there's a whole lot we got to talk about.
Nothing sports-wise, man. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to hit my 50th.
Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday. Heck yeah.
I tell everybody that I can, listen, we overlook a lot of things when it comes to our health. Everybody's getting a little bit older, man.
Mm-hmm.
Given the opportunity, man, get checked up every once in a while, man. Make sure somebody's taking a look at you. I have people that I love that's been in and out of the hospital, and it hasn't been nothing major, but what you need to do is you make sure that it's nothing major. Don't let it sneak up on you, because next thing you know what I mean, we'll be down Talbot Avenue. They'll be looking at your body, man. So basically, just get your checkups, man. Just take care of yourself out here, man, because it's rough enough with everything that's going on. That's all I got for now.
All right. Let's jump in. Great advice. Let's jump into this Steeler game. It was a disaster. First quarter was a defensive battle. But the offense, again, I don't know what's going on, but Aaron Rodgers looking up to the sky. He was not comfortable back there, running himself into sacks, and he took some brutal hits, man. Look at that hit there, man. You can't take that, man. I think after that, he kind of checked out. That was a brutal hit. Smoker Jim, get us started. I had that prediction wrong, if I'm not mistaken. Your thoughts on that game?
Well, I did have the prediction wrong, but it didn't cost me as much money as it cost half the stadium that went there from Pittsburgh.
I like that.
I wasn't disappointed in the game. You can't win them all. It's hard to win on the road. Harbaugh out-coached us. They had a great scheme for DK Metcalf. They was doubling him. DK, like I told you all along, is not a number one receiver. He's a number two receiver. He's been the number two his whole life. He was a number two at Mississippi State, and Brown was there with him. He was a number two.
You mean Ole Miss? Ole Miss, Jim.
Seattle. Ole Miss, same thing. Rubber flag. But hey, listen, I'm not disappointed. They're going to always have struggling offensive games without George Pickens. That was a mistake. But they're getting better. The defense is starting to get better. The communication as well is very good in the secondary with Ramsey playing safety, like you call it, Lou. So, hey, listen, the bottom line is just got to get back on the horse and figure out a way to beat Cincinnati and stay on top.
Okay. All right. Fillmore, your thoughts. What were your thoughts about this game? I mean, I think you were like me. I think we got this one wrong.
They definitely got it wrong, man. And I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers' chin strap, man. That's Thurman Thomas in '93. Like, he need to change his chin strap. That look crazy. So if he did that, maybe it'd be all right a little bit. But this is the first game that I could say Aaron Rodgers lost for us. This is the first game I could say he actually really lost. I don't know what was going on. He was throwing the ball high. Once again, he's not spreading the ball around. I don't know. I think Roman Wilson, like, he smoked his ayahuasca or something like that. That's why he's mad at him. I don't know why he won't give him the ball. Like, there were times that when he threw the double coverage to Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson was streaking down the field butt naked with a G-string. I don't know why he won't throw the ball to him. Washington had
around Jim too long.
Like, Washington had one reception. Jonnu Smith, he can't catch a cold, man. You know, he just trying to catch with his forearm. I don't know what the heck that's going on. He won't throw the fire moves. I don't understand it. Think about it. DK has 32 receptions this entire year. And he's 8th in the league in yards per catch. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're bracketing him. He can't give him the ball. But this game right here, it was on Rodgers. He lost the game. The defense was in it until they just couldn't do it no more.
Okay. Hey, let's jump into the comments. Underground, what's up, Underground? Man, he had a great show, man. Yeah, make sure you check him out on Facebook and YouTube. Underground Sports Show. Happy birthday, homie. Yeah, definitely. Give Big Rome that shout out. Frank Jackson, what up? That game was a disgrace. Definitely. Who the GOAT is back in there? A-Rod is watched. Well, you know what? I didn't think so. We got to see. Bengals have a bad defense. He put up some great numbers a couple weeks ago. He's going to have to do it again. We got to see if he's still running back there and missing open gas. Yes. We did have a bad drop. Calvin Austin hit him right in the hands, caused the second interception. But the first one, he tried to force it into DK. Horrible throw. DK was open earlier. It was a 40-yard touchdown that he should have, dropped in there perfectly. DK had beat his man, and Rodgers airballed it. Jonnu Smith was wide open in the red zone. He threw it. Manute Bol couldn't have caught that damn ball. It was so and he was wide open. There was nobody around him. He probably walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Rodgers maybe needed the smelling salt again. Maybe needs to just keep that with him because he was out of it the whole game. Ran himself into a safety. He had plenty of time to get rid of that. Ran back into the end zone, ran into Khalil Mack. Again, we did see this was Troy Fautanu's worst game as a tackle. This past game against the Chargers. So the offensive line didn't help him. Broderick Jones gave up another sack. He had a couple good games, but I don't know, man. I really think Jim said about George Pickens. I disagree. I don't think they needed to keep George Pickens, but they needed to replace him. You couldn't replace him with a Roman Wilson and a Calvin Austin. If you're going forward, you have to bring in a receiver. Now reports are coming in that they made the same offer for Jacoby Myers, a 4th and a 6th, but he chose to go to Jacksonville. His choice or whatever. But you should have brought in somebody. There were receivers out there they could have gotten. If you're truly going for it all, go for it all. They keep adding more and more guys on defense. They just brought in Asante Samuel, which I think is a good move. If he's good, if his spinal injury is definitely healed, but you never could tell with those things.
Right.
But I think it's a good move, man. Really, he's already the second best, maybe the best corner on the team with a damaged spine. That's how I'm looking at it. But can he hold up? That first tackle is bad. With every time he makes a tackle, you got to worry if he's going to get up again. Because that's something you don't want to mess with, the spinal, the neck injuries and whatnot. But I think it's a good signing. If this was 2017, the Steelers might go 17-0 because they got a bunch of Pro Bowlers from 2016 and 17. But I'm not sure how that's working out. Jim, I know you're not going to agree with this. I don't know why they just didn't take a flyer on Tyler Boyd. He's still out there. Why not? He can't do any worse than what's going on now. You just need a possession guy who's going to catch the ball. Roman Wilson, for some reason, like you were saying, Fillmore, they don't have a lot of faith in him. They don't have a lot of faith in him. Big Rome, we get your thoughts on this?
what you guys were saying was true about Aaron Rodgers. I think that this is probably one of his worst games in years, and I'm talking about some of the games that he had in the Jets. I think that with this team, everything is like a domino effect, and it all started with the offensive line. Offensive line was having a bad game already. It was Mr. Solomalu, so that already messed up our the way we play. So we had the extra offensive lineman doing the block, and then we had our tight end in there. We didn't have that element because we were off kilter with the new tackle, with the new guard that we had in there. And on top of the fact, if I get my hands on the R22, what I was witnessing during the game, number one, we have a hard time getting off these blocks. So we don't need another possession receiver. We need somebody who can stretch this field. And we need the ability to run the plays to have them stretch the field, number one. Number two, for the heck of me, I don't know why on these third down plays, I see the middle with no wide receivers running in the middle. It seemed like there was a lot of hook plays, there was a lot of outs, there was a lot of whole bunch of everything but taking advantage of the middle of the field. And that's the same thing we was complaining about last year. I don't understand that for the heck of me, on top of the fact that Rodgers was off kilter. The defense can only do but so much. We proved that all through the year. It's the bend, and if you don't give them enough time to get some rest, by the third quarter, they're going to start to break. And that's all they had. I think they played a really decent game that first half. It started the second half when they started to break. And then there was nothing that we can do after that because the offense wasn't producing.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely feel you on that. Underground's back in there. He said Raiders ain't trading nobody Steelers no matter what. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
But
no love lost.
That's true. But they should have got somebody at the deadline. You can't say you're going all in, you're shopping, and then come back with nobody. I mean, that's unacceptable. Omar Khan, Mike Tomlin dropped the ball, and they're paying for it. This is a must. To me, this Bengals game is a must win. Smoker Jim, your thoughts? Let me get you back in the conversation before you start crying again.
Well, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I ain't gonna worry whether Asante Samuel get up or not. Listen, you know, when you get spinal, guy was only 5'9" to start off with. Spinal fusion, he's probably 5'7".
Come on, Josh.
Still is wrong, did he? The thing that I noticed most, I thought Bud Dupree was out of football. He had a heck of a game.
Leave my cousin alone. He still got a lot. Bud still got a lot left. Yeah. Bud Dupree still got something left in the tank.
Deontay Jackson played well. Maybe that's why they signed Asante Samuel.
Man, that gift interception he got.
Corner. But hey, listen, just to go back to talk about people that don't deserve it. Tyler Boyd knows good and well he didn't deserve it. There's no stadium named after him. The guy was a possession. He's the only possession receiver in the history of football to get a stadium named after him. You know, Dan Marino don't have a stadium. Marino don't. Donnie Dorset don't. But this possession receiver from an intramural school.
Oh, chill. No.
Intramural.
Bring him here. And the hell you want to bring him here?
Yes, dude? I do.
That's egregious.
Chill. That's disgrace. First of all, I'm not let you for the disgrace. One of the greatest athletes to come out of this area. You talk about a guy who only lost one high school career. You can't say that. I can't say that. Fillmore or Big Rome can't say that. Won 4 state titles, destroyed the Big 33 game, was the MVP, went to Pitt, broke records there, and then, did his thing at Cincinnati. I think he made a bad move going to Cincinnati.
Hey, Big Rome. I covered a game. Clarity. When they played Avella High School, Avella had 13 players, and 7 of them were kid of black. Come on, man, they ain't playing nobody, man.
Jim, listen, they won a whole state title. That was one game. Yes, Avella was a mess back then, and it's still been a mess. But that was one game, man.
Michael better.
Jim, they beat every team in this area and every team from the Philadelphia area. They dominated. Okay. Well, listen, all the records he got here and at Pitt and what he did at Cincinnati, you could stop that. Let's jump back in here, man. You went up, you went way off.
A quarterback from Fort Geary with that all his records.
Well, I mean, yeah, he has the ball in his hands a million times a game. Yes, Matt Sang is a great player, but he's not Tyler Boyd. You need to stop that right here, Jim. In my top 10, which we're going to do, we're going to do our top 10 high school players. He's very good, but I don't have him ahead of Tyler Boyd. And if you do, throw your list away. But we know how you do your list. Most of them is trash anyway, Jim, and you know it. But, hey, the Underground, he said Bengals game, definitely a must-win. We lose, season might be toast. All right, my man, Ellie Deco. The Arthur Smith offense does not work the middle of the field. Watch the film. It'll never happen. You know what? That's true. I wonder how much of it is the offense or Aaron Rodgers, because I have seen him throw to Mount Washington. Why we don't use him more, when the offense is staggering, there's no reason he should go a whole game and get 2 targets.
He had one reception. Freiermuth had one reception. John knew he has whatever he has. He probably had a seizure.
It's been the biggest disappointment at tight end that I could remember in recent memories. I mean, he came in 80 receptions at Miami, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, and he's done nothing but drop balls and, on the sideline looking lost. So I don't know how much is it him or the offense. I've never liked Arthur Smith offense. Tennessee, it was trash. He just had Derrick Henry. Atlanta, it was trash. And I don't know how he just gets fired from that job and lands here. Haven't seen any progress with the offense. Aaron Rodgers is doing what he can with his offense, but it's basic. Everybody who watches the game, we know what they're going to do. We know about the Big 13 sets. We know the plays. And why is Jaylen Warren only touching the ball 14 plays a game? He was the best offensive player on the field, and he's splitting time with Gainwell. Gainwell is a backup. He shouldn't have the same amount of snaps as Jaylen Warren, and then they're trying to force feed Caleb Johnson in there. This man all year, all the yards combined, he doesn't have 50 yards rushing. Stop forcing him in there. I mean, there was no reason to put him in at the goal line. As soon as they did that, I said, this is going to be a bad possession and give the Chargers a short field. I'm not sure what's going on. It's a lot of problems right now. They're trending down right now. They're trending.
Thomas said in his press conference that Jaylen cannot be a bell cow. He said that from on stage. So he doesn't trust Jaylen to have 20, 25 carries a game. I don't believe he said that from his mouth. And shoot, actually, Caleb Williams had the best game he's had all year since Iowa. He actually had two runs over 5 yards. So he had 2 runs over 5 yards. He did great, I guess. I don't know, but man, he doesn't trust Jaylen. And I think that's what it is. Not to carry the ball over a certain amount of times.
I don't think it's a trust thing for me. I think that if Jaylen Warren goes down, we're in big trouble. So when you say the words cowbell, I'm conflicted. I like to see my running back run 20 times a game. I don't care what the system is talking about. But at the same time, if certain elements of this offense get injured, it's a wrap. So what do you want to do? You want to be able to try to win with him sharing time at this point, knowing that we're going to need him in the playoffs, knowing that we're going to need him towards the end of the year? Or do we run him now with the effect of trying to win the game with the best offensive possible? I lean towards trying to get him more carries, but not run him into the ground, because I know what happens if he gets injured. You know what's behind him. So you're going to have to save him. No matter what the words that are coming out of his mouth saying that he's not a bell cow, he can be a bell cow. We just can't afford to lose him.
You think? Well, I understand not running them like they ran Najee into the ground to the point that he tore his Achilles this year, but 14 carries. You know, he was the most explosive player on the Steelers offense. You know, catching the ball, hurdling guys, doing everything. And when you get in the red zone, can we give him the ball some more? Get some plays in this guy's hands. You know, throwing it to DK, it's not working. They're not giving him any pass interference calls. I've never seen a wide receiver run a post, a guy knock him down with a shoulder, and there's no flag.
No flag. That was crazy.
Flag. I mean, you know, but as soon as DK does something, it's a flag. I don't know. I don't know. But see, look at these other offenses. They're running crossing patterns. They can scheme guys open. How are we not able to scheme and make sure DK touches the ball 5 times a game? You know, at least 5. I mean, there's no reason he should have games 3 catches. I know they're sending a lot of help this way, but there's screens. There's other ways to get that man the ball
because we put him in motion.
Right. Yeah, put him in
motion. I get lost on that. Like,
put him in the backfield. Whatever you have to do. We did see him line up in the backfield before, but they haven't run a pass pattern with him coming out of the backfield on that. That would be an easy swing pass and let him go one-on-one with a linebacker while you let Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson try to clear the field. It's just no creativity with Arthur Smith. And I understand he's getting a lot of talk about maybe getting the head coach position, but I hope he's going because the offense is stale, predictable. There's no flash, no flair to it. You watch the Steelers offense and you watch other teams like a Detroit, even a Kansas City, you don't know what's coming at you. And that's tough for the defense. Real quick, Underground is in here. Definitely Arthur Smith when it comes to Jonnu Smith. Yeah, I feel you on this. All right, hey, El Deco, call the show, man. The number's here, 412-530-5063. Call the show. Let's make it happen. Hey, let's smoke it, Jim. I disagree with you, man. Jalen Warren can be a number one. I don't think it's just. I just think the offensive line is struggling, not opening up a lot of holes, and he's still able to get his yards. I'm very impressed with Jalen Warren with the offensive line and his lack of use. I think he's having a solid year. I still think they could use him more.
Now, what do you think about DK? Is DK number one receiver?
Wow, I'm starting to wonder. But how many receivers are considered a number one in Arthur Smith's offense? You know, how many guys have been one of the leaders? You know, he had A.J. Brown when he was with Tennessee. He had a decent year, but he wasn't a number one stat wise. You know, Atlanta, Kyle Pitts was almost out of the league messing with Arthur Smith, and so was Drake London. Now they're having better success. So
I play fantasy league. Don't ever trust Kyle Pitts ever in your life. Ever. Kyle Pitts still stinks.
He still stinks. All right, hey, we got LD on the line. LD, what's up, LD?
Eli, my guy, what up?
I just wanted to talk about the game.
Okay.
The play where Rogers got tackled and they got a safety.
Yeah.
What kind of play was that?
I have no idea, but he had chances to get rid of that ball. I mean, there was no reason he should have took a sack. He could have threw it away. And if you look at it again, Metcalf was coming across or a crossing pattern. He could have made that throw, but I don't know. He looked like a rookie there. I never saw him do something like that.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think, LD? Do you think he's regressing? He's showing that 41 years of age and he's washed or what?
I don't know. I know he used to be a partier and he looked like maybe he had smoked a little something before
Yes.
So maybe the game coming up, he won't smoke anything.
Oh, man.
Look at that chin strap. He got a punter chin strap.
I think they can score 3 touchdowns and get 2 field goals.
Well,
I think they can do that. You guys think they can do that?
Well, against the Bengals, they better score at least 4 touchdowns because the Bengals are going to be scoring. I mean, one thing Joe Flacco is going to do is put up some numbers, and Jamar Chase. Listen, if Terrell Austin lets him get 16 catches this game, I hope him and Tomlin are fired immediately after the game. There's no way you can let that man have 16 catches again. He's going to be targeted, but they need to give him the treatment that teams give DK. No way. I mean, of course he has other options with T. Higgins, but you can't let him have 16 catches. I mean, that's unacceptable. We know where they're going. Yeah. We've seen Flacco in this offense. You know, we'll see. I do like the addition of Jalen Ramsey and Duggar at safety. I think that's huge. Getting Chuck Clark off the field was a big plus. And if they could work Asante Samuel in and he still has something left, you know, they'll be much better.
And James Pierre had a good game.
He did. He had Pierre had a nice game. I was really impressed. He had some big plays. They were going after him when he came in there. He was knocking the ball. He was in position.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. What do you think, LD?
I think 27 points Steelers can beat the Bengals.
Okay.
Only because they're the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Bengals have one of the worst defenses in the league. So if Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers offense can't get right this week, it's not going to get right.
Yeah.
Remember last time we played good? I'm sorry. Go ahead, LD.
I read today that the New York Giants might be interested in Coach Tomlin. Did anyone else hear about that?
That's a rumor I heard, but I don't think Tomlin would want to go to New York. You know, I think he's going to leave on his own terms. I'm not sure he wants to go to New York. But hey, it's an option. I mean, you know, sometimes your message gets stale. But I think he's earned the right to leave on his own terms. But I don't see the Giants happening.
The article I read.
Giants ever had a black head coach? I don't think they have.
Nope.
Yeah. The article I read said that the Steelers could get some draft picks, say if Tomlin went to coach the Giants. And that would really help the Steelers. What do you guys think? Would you guys think Tomlin goes to New York and we get their draft choices, the top 2 draft choices? You know they're going to have high draft choices.
Yeah. You know,
but who's the replacement?
Tomlin's not being coached. Tomlin's not coaching another team. You heard it here first. He's not going to let anybody else dictate policy. If they try to get rid of him, he's going to retire. And I bet you he walks away from Pittsburgh and not coaches another game.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
All right, Big Ron said he's not coaching anywhere else. All right. You know, I don't see that trade happening. It would be a good move. The Steelers could get some high draft picks for Tomlin if that's the route they go. I don't see it happening either. I'm with Big Rome. I don't think he's going to go to New York. I think he'll leave on his own terms. And they said they were going for it this year. The Steelers don't like to pay, you know, they like for you to end your contract. So I don't know. This could be the end. I keep hearing a lot of stuff saying this might be his last year. We got to see how this year finishes. But I don't see New York Giants as an option. Smoker Jim, you think anything? What do you think about it?
Well, I'm tired of y'all repeating what you hear from the white media. They've been lying to you the whole time. I told you guys, work on, man. Wasn't going to get no receivers. Niggas a liar.
Good call. You did.
Ever had here. Hey, listen. This ain't the worst I ever seen Aaron Rodgers play. In the playoffs, his nickname was Discount Double Choke. So, you know what I mean? He just returning the Discount Double Choke. But listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. Tomlin's moving up the list, man. Pittsburgh cares about the brand. He's number 11 all-time winningest coaches in the history of football out of 534 coaches. He got a couple games. He goes past Chuck Noll. Tomlin will be in Pittsburgh until he breaks Don Schuler's record.
Don Schuler's record? Come on, Jim.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
That's a lot. All right, I don't see that happening. That's a lot of seasons left.
That's my prediction.
Okay, all right.
And the one thing, me and Coach Tomlin's not friends anymore, but we were friends at one time. And this man has never lied to me. And Coach Tomlin told me to my face that he'll never go into the media. So I agree with Rome. Whenever he does retire, he's going to retire from coaching and he's going to not go into the media. That's what he told me face to face.
Yeah, it's hard.
Before I started ripping on his son team.
Yeah, it's hard to stay Jim's friend, man. He gonna find a way to stab a coach in the back in a minute, man. You get on both of his sons for no reason, man. You're as bad as these guys who get on LeBron's sons. So whatever, man. Hey, LD, you still on the line?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. But 27 points. Remember that.
All right. 27. All right, LD, as always, appreciate the call, bro. Thank you. All right, that leaves a line. I saw Eli said he was trying to call in. Hopefully we get him in a few minutes. All right, keep trying. We got the lines open up for you. All right, listen, as we move on, man, hey, make sure you all keep hitting the comments. We're trying to get those in. Let's look at this Bengals game. Actually, Big Ron, why don't you start us off with the preview on this?
Like we had to deal with last time that we played them, they have a terrible defense, but they have a pretty dangerous offense. Mm-hmm. This time that we're playing at home, and I think that it's going to be a shootout. It depends on how our defense is going to play. Our defense was a little bit set up differently last time that we played them, where we were playing a whole bunch of man, and we kind of fell back into playing a little bit more zone, which is plausible. And we have a brand new safety, a permanent brand new safety, who's a hard hitter who comes down the field. So
yes,
I'm excited to see what our defense is going to be producing, or what we're going to display against that offense. And can we hold them back enough to give our offense an opportunity to put the points up that we need to win?
All right. Fillmore. And then
last time, it wasn't just Jamar Chase. It was that running back Brown.
Oh, Chase.
And we let a no-namer put up a buck 20 plus on us, and then gave Chase 16 receptions. They're going to stop the run first. Keanu Benton has been playing pretty well. And for the first time this year, Patrick Queen had 13 tackles. He had double-digit tackles in the game. Who would have thunk it, right? So, and they shut down.
About 6. He only missed about 6 other ones. But
he only missed about 6 other ones, But they actually stopped Jonathan Taylor. So they're going to stop the run first. And that run and play action was kicking our behinds. So I think this game, Jamar still might get his, but they're not going to get ran on though. Okay. And I'll take them trying to throw it over the middle, over top in the deep second and deep third. I'll have them take that over Ramsey, then letting them run wild through the middle. So I think they're going to plug the line, and it's going to be a shootout, but it ain't going to be from the running game.
Okay. All right. Hey, we do got a call. Eli called in. What's up, Eli?
No, not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot. Phil knows I'm a Tennessee Trash Cans fan, so I'm going to go and talk about Arthur Smith really quick. One thing that we're all forgetting here is Cincinnati dominated that Arthur Smith offense in his last game as the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator. All right, they knew what he was calling before he was calling it because he is such an ass coordinator. So with the thoughts of it being a shootout just because it's in Pittsburgh and just because of what happened last game, I'm not buying it. Arthur Smith doesn't know how to switch up his game plan as he's shown through his entire career. Cincinnati's going to sit on certain plays that they're banking on Arthur Smith running, And I think that even though Cincinnati is kind of garbage in themselves, they're not dumb enough to let the same guy do the same things to them. Right. You know, and especially when it comes to Arthur Smith. You know, and one thing that we got to remember is Cincinnati's offensive line looks a lot like San Diego or LA's offensive line. Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, Pittsburgh is going to be able to get after him. All right, they're going to hit him. They hit Herbert a lot of times.
Oh yeah,
I think they had like 6 sacks on him. You know, and the fact is, like, Herbert is a better quarterback than Joe Flacco. Mm-hmm. Herbert can move way better than Joe Flacco. He gets rid of the ball way faster than Joe Flacco. But Joe Flacco knows Pittsburgh. You know, and Cincinnati knows Arthur Smith. You know, they went to the Super Bowl because they whooped Arthur Smith fast. Mm-hmm. You know, so I firmly believe what's going to happen is Cincinnati is going to hold Pittsburgh in check. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game because Arthur Smith doesn't know how to adjust. He doesn't know how to switch it up. He's going to run the same play. And just like he did with Ryan Tannehill, he's going to call the same play later on in the game, and it's going to cost them an opposite side of the field interception, just like it did in the playoffs with Tennessee. And it's going to be like Aaron Rodgers this, Aaron Rodgers that. If we actually look schematically at what happened against the Chargers, it wasn't all on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers playing with an offensive line that has overperformed at times this year and clearly underperformed this past weekend. The guy is 41. He cannot move like 30-year-old Aaron Rodgers anymore. And with him backing up into the end zone, that was so. How many times has Aaron Rodgers been sacked for a safety?
Right.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
He does not have an offensive line. He also, on that play, did not have an outlet receiver. Arthur Smith is known for not having hot receivers in his formation. It's stupid, you know. And also, you talk about Mount Washington. He's a good player. He's a good kid. He also underperforms. What I want to see from Pittsburgh is something that Arthur Smith has never done, and that's run mesh concepts. We see with the Ravens, and all they do is throw touchdowns to tight ends.
Right.
Why is it that the Pittsburgh is 3 deep at tight end? And let's not forget, Jonnu Smith was faster than everybody on the Chargers defense. Why is it that he had one downfield look? And yes, Aaron Rodgers threw it high and outside of him. He had to jump like he was LeBron James out there dunking a basketball just to even put his hands on it.
Right.
So, Jonnu Smith is get the ball in front of him, let him run to the ball kind of tight end. That's what he had with Tua. That's what he had with Ryan Tannehill. They led him to the ball. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is thinking hyper athletic, crazy ass tight end. Dude, that's his game is speed. His game is not leaping. Sure, he jumped 7 feet in the air, but when you're trying to bring the ball down with your forearm on your chest, nobody's going to actually catch that ball. So, in my opinion, in order for Pittsburgh to actually win this game against Cincinnati, they're going to need to run mesh concepts. They're going to need to use a play that Arthur Smith never calls, and that's the draw. Okay, you got to have some Tom Brady late handoffs. All right, you're going to have to hit him with play action. And to be honest with you, what they need to do is on the first play of the game, run play action, run it deep to DK, but also have Jonnu Smith coming from the opposite end, still in the middle of the field, which probably won't happen because Arthur Smith, and really make Cincinnati feel that Pittsburgh is going to be aggressive. And then once they have those deep throws down the field, that's when the draw play works. That's when your Jalen Warren can take a delayed handoff and go 40 yards. I think Mike Tomlin is out of his mind for not giving this kid the ball more often.
Yeah, I agree.
For a guy that he gets better as the game goes. He's not 6'3", 250-pound Derrick Henry. But the fact is the guy has such a low center of gravity, it means the defender has to come down to his level. And once you're running around for 30, 45 minutes, your body doesn't want to make those physical adjustments of let's get low every single play like you have to with Jalen Warren. When you're tackling a guy like Derrick Henry high most of the game, and then you go low later in the game, you're more likely to be able to physically do it instead of doing it all game long. Think of how sore you're going to be from constantly compressing your own body to try and tackle somebody low. It's almost like they don't watch their own film and Arthur Smith watches cut-ups of, hey, this worked, hey, this worked, hey, this worked, and not look at, hey, why didn't this work? And working on those things. Because when you only run plays that work, every other team you're playing against is going to notice this is what they do because this is what it's their bread and butter. If you're doing that, you're not keeping teams guessing. In Cincinnati, as trash as their offense, or as trash as they may be, they're about to get their quarterback back. And if they lose a couple games here and there, who's to say that Cincinnati and Baltimore aren't the teams that actually contend for this division? Because Lamar Jackson ain't slowing down.
No.
It's
a must win. I agree. It's a must win.
If Joe Flacco wins one or two more games before Joe Burrow's able to come back, we know how Joe Burrow is. He's a rhythm passer. If you get him one or two games healthy and upright, and he's hitting Jamar, and let's not forget T. Higgins, who just absolutely destroyed the Steelers too.
Yeah.
We're going to have some serious problems in Pittsburgh, and it doesn't matter if Aaron Rodgers throws 4 touchdowns, because if you're giving the Bengals time and you're giving them possessions, which I firmly believe Arthur Smith is going to give Cincinnati a few possessions because he is such a horrible play caller, then we're going to be in for a long game. And the last couple years, Cincinnati has played extremely well in Pittsburgh, even though they haven't really won. They play well, and this is number 2. Number 2 means a lot, and especially with Baltimore. I'm sorry, Baltimore's fully back. But
they look like it. Yeah. Lamar looks healthy. The defense has finally fixed their issues. You're right. Only one, Derrick Henry's, he's showing a little mileage. He's not looking the same, but as long as you got Lamar Jackson back there, they're going to be ready.
Lamar needs, what they need to do in Baltimore is really simple. Okay, everybody is still playing 9 in the box. All right, Lamar's not taking the shots downfield because Baltimore runs mesh concepts so well. If you have a 7-yard underneath and a 9-yard over the top of that as the other crossing tight end, you don't need to throw it 30 yards down the field. Lamar needs to just let it rip a couple times, even if it's incomplete, so the defense has to play off the line of scrimmage. And then you're going to give Derrick Henry a one-on-one with a safety. We all know how that plays out. You're going to get one-on-one with a linebacker on the outside because, remember, Baltimore plays outside zone. If he gets outside of that tackle and gets on the other side of the tight end, who's going to tackle him? And I know that they're trying to, because Lamar is not as explosive as he was. We saw that, like, his top speed the other day was 19 miles an hour. That's slow for Lamar Jackson. That's fast for everybody else, but it's slow for him. So they're not trying to stress him out. They're trying to work him back slowly, which you got to give Harbaugh credit for. He knows that the offense truly does run through Lamar Jackson. But now that this is going to be week 3 with him being back, we're going to see a lot more deep balls, and we're going to see a lot more Derrick Henry being effective. 75 hard yards last week. Yeah. I mean, Derrick Henry's better than 75 yards on 21 carries. Mm-hmm. We all know that. He just hit 12,134 yards on his career. Like, the dude is still with it. He's still averaging 70 yards a game. But now we're into the mid of November. We're going to get into December when Derrick Henry is at his best, and Lamar Jackson is going to be much healthier. His receivers can fly. We're going to start seeing a lot more deep balls from Baltimore to open things up for Derrick Henry. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see way more play action instead of these RPOs out of Baltimore, because you have to suck somebody in to bring him in to tackle Derrick Henry. And what you're going to do, you're going to actually give Zay Flowers and Bateman one-on-one on the outside. You're going to give Mark Andrews a linebacker? Like, come on, dude. Yeah. So Pittsburgh needs to fix it because the rest of the teams in the division, they're fixing it. And let's not forget, like, Cleveland doesn't really let people score. When Cleveland lets people score, it's total mental errors. And nobody still plays the middle of the field against Cleveland for a reason.
Right.
They just all over the highest rate in the NFL over the middle. So if Cleveland can somehow score points, they're going to play spoiler to some of these teams that are mid-range that really should not be mid-range, like a Pittsburgh. All it takes is one play in the NFL.
That's true.
looking at a team in Cleveland that still has a sick defense. Myles Garrett is still hitting people. They're still hitting people. So,
yeah, but as long as they got Dylan Gabriel, they're not going to put up any points. I mean,
So that thing is,
facts.
He's not putting up any points.
He's not doing anything.
I mean,
you know that I love my Oregon quarterback. Oregon quarterback. But here's the thing:
but good at Oregon, when they get out of there, other than Herbert, there's a lot to be designed.
Let's not forget about Mariota. Okay, if you would have never,
Well, Tennessee wasn't very impressed with him. I talked to some Tennessee fans; they weren't impressed with him.
No. I was impressed with him until he got nerve damage, and they made him play with nerve damage. They made him. So the thing is, they ruined Taylor Lewan. They rushed him back from an ACL. They did his surgery incorrectly. That game against Arizona where he allowed 5 sacks, when has Taylor Lewan ever had a multiple sack allowed game? He never had one before. Okay, he got rushed back. He actually sued the Tennessee Titans. That's why he's not allowed back in games. Wow. All right, he's not allowed to broadcast from games. He actually got a media block from the Tennessee Titans. The Titans did not build an offensive line around Mariota. They tried to fit him in Arthur Smith's freaking offense, in Ken Wisenhunt's offense. They never did a single thing for Mariota except get him A.J. Brown, and then they benched him 3 games later.
That's true.
Because why? Mariota had nerve damage. When the dude is being forced to play injured with nerve damage, he's getting sacked at the highest rate he'd ever been. You think he's not going to be skittish?
You're right. Hey, Eli. Great call. Great call. Listen, we got 2 more calls we got to get in touch with, but tell me this, Cam Ward. What are your feelings on Cam Ward? Give us your trash.
Skinny Jamarcus Russell. For real? I want to see Captain Mayonnaise and Cam Ward have an open competition next year. I want to see Mayonnaise beat him out. It's gonna have trash. They're both trash. Cam Ward has more turnovers than he does touchdowns. Trash.
But he doesn't have a lot of help. The offensive line doesn't help him. Why you all brought Dan Moore there, paid him all that money? His receivers aren't great.
Revolving door more.
Open door more.
So I think it's more of an organization. I'm not going to give up hope on Cam Ward yet. They're going to put something around him. Offensive line, receivers. He doesn't look good, though. He doesn't look good. He has a capital B. He has a capital B. Right now, in my opinion, too. But
Mariota
on the bus yet.
Mariota was round 1, pick 2.
Neither did Sam Darnold. He didn't look good either until he went to an organization that actually did something for him.
Hey, Fillmore, right. He had to go to 2 different organizations. Not till he got to Minnesota did he pick up. So like you said, sometimes it's organization. Would you say, Eli?
Thanks for taking my call, you guys. I'm not saying you said Justin Jefferson, but thanks for taking my call. It's always a pleasure listening to you guys.
All right, thanks, Eli.
All right, Eli.
Oh, man, we got a couple more people calling in, and then we got to give our predictions. Who do we have on the line? Call, say your name, where you're calling from. Do we have somebody on the line? All right, looks like we don't have them. All right, listen, man, Eli brought up some good points, man. I don't think Cam Ward's a bum, but he's not looking good. I think it's more he doesn't have enough help around him to really give a true assessment. Smoker Jim, give us your prediction for this Bengals game, and if the other people calling, we'll take them. Smoker Jim.
Well, again, I was the only one on the planet that predicted that I went to draft Cam Ward at 12 rounds, let alone the first round overall. But
Jim, he hasn't even played a full season yet. Jim, come on.
Listen. Well, you can say I said that same thing about Bryce Young. I guess you're running out of excuses there too. Hey, listen.
You just hate black quarterbacks, but that's not either here nor there.
I just wonder what the Baltimore Ravens would have been how many more Super Bowls they'd have won if they'd have stayed with Flacco, somebody that could actually throw and complete passes in the playoffs.
Flacco was going to get John Harbaugh fired, if you remember correctly.
If the Pittsburgh Steelers to keep Flacco under 500 yards passing.
500?
Steelers. I think the Steelers could win 34, 32.
That's funny.
Congratulations again to a guy who I think should go to the Pro Bowl, Peyton Wilson, leading the Steelers in tackles with 78. They still messing with him. They still sitting him on the bench. He would have 100 tackles right now if they didn't mess with him, but he's the lead tackler for the Steelers. Peyton Manning, him an outstanding season.
Peyton Wilson.
He said Peyton Manning.
Same thing.
Omaha.
Jim, that's CTE. Listen, Peyton Wilson, yes, he explodes, but then other times he's running around blocks, not making the tackles. Hopefully he's turned the curve. 2 games ago, he had maybe one of the greatest inside linebacker games we've seen recently. 13 tackles, 1 interception, 1 batted pass for another interception. Hopefully he's turning that corner. Jim, you hyped him up when he came out, and hopefully he can live up to it. But, we'll see. We'll see. So what is your final score, Jim?
Pittsburgh 34, Cincinnati 32.
Another high-scoring game. All right. Again, if you are trying to call in, the line is open. Big Rome, give me your thoughts on this Bengals game and give me a prediction.
I predict that the Steelers will win 30-26. I think that our defense will do just enough for us to stave off their offense, and I think we might do what it takes for once on our offense, correcting our mistakes from the last game in order for us to open up the offense a little bit.
Got you. We do have one more caller, Mark Brentley. Mark.
Hey, man, I know you're on your way out, but I just wanted to get in real quick to say, look here, I just heard your other caller who was very, very good, but there's no way that you can't put the bulk of that loss at the feet of what's his name, the quarterback.
Yeah, Rodgers.
Yeah, right.
He was just off, and when he did that press conference, has anybody ever checked? Has he ever had a concussion before? Because his eyes were glazy. Look at it. They were glazy. He kept looking off to the right.
You see that chin strap? That chin strap, he needed a Troy Aikman chin strap.
Well, beginning of the year, he said he didn't like the new helmets that they had for him. But listen, he always looks glazed over, though. I mean, it
was bad. It was bad. And I also am starting to lose patience with his body language of fronting on receivers as if he ran a route or something. Not only is it unprofessional, but it's clear that you made a mistake and you want to immediately do the nonverbal of redirecting it to another player. I don't like that. I didn't hear Tomlin's press conference, but if Tomlin would have went off on that receiver, what did he drop the ball? I forgot that.
Calvin Austin. Yeah, Calvin Austin dropped that ball. Yeah.
And if you don't start your press conference off with our offense did not fire on all cylinders, our quarterback was not on the same page. If you don't start your conference off that way, then it's unfair to put the negative attention on other players, man. And I couldn't wait for you guys to get on to say that, because it was just a painful game, because I thought that they could kind of, make a difference. I don't know who Mount Washington pissed off for them not to get him in the game regularly. Besides his size and his speed and his ability to catch it, looks like he has great hands. I still don't know why he's not a regular, you know what I mean, or a go-to guy. Make him a crunk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he's your man. But I just don't know. So I'll hang up and listen to your predictions. Hey, man, I know you're getting tight. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you always calling. We appreciate that. You have a good one. All right, thanks. Fillmore, you want to address that and give your prediction too? If we get another call, we had a whole bunch of people calling in. But...
Yeah, I'm gonna make it quick, man. It was definitely on A-Rod's shoulders. It's no question. It was on his shoulders. He lost that game for the majority part. Of course, it's a team game, can't put on. But he lost the game with us. Poor decision making. Maybe he wasn't focused. Maybe he wasn't locked in. It's going to be a high score. I get like 35, maybe 35 to 30 Steelers. I think they're going to pull it out, but I still don't think it's going to be a high score. But hopefully the defense gets one key stop. I can see that happening.
I hear you. I agree. I agree with you guys. I think it has to be a high-scoring game because Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are going to cause problems like they always do for the Steelers. I'm looking for a score of 27-24. Steelers pull it off with a late Boswell field goal, but they have to put up points. They get 27-30. I think the defense can hold them under. Flacco, he was hurt a couple games ago. I think if they really get some pressure on him, they cover Jamar Chase. Yeah, I mean, you can't have them going one-on-one. I mean, they have to do a better job. Terrell Austin changed the defense up. You can't have one guy getting busy like that on you, and you continue to let him go. And the worst part of that game, I don't know if you all remember, when the game was on the line, they let him do a crossing pattern for 20 yards where there was nobody in his area. I mean, that's unacceptable. Could have been a blown coverage, but it was disgusting. Hey, we do have one more call. Is this Aaron? Aaron.
Hello?
Aaron, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good. What's up, Aaron? Thanks for the call, bro.
Not much. What's going on? Thanks for letting me on the show. I got a mess with Smoking Jim talking about Peyton Manning as a linebacker.
Hey, Aaron, it's a CTE, man. You got to give him a little grace.
Gateway stuff, man. That's all that is. He played football with the leather helmets, but that's all.
Right.
Yeah, man, I just listen to what y'all saying. The Steelers defense got to step it up. The offense got to step it up. The coaching staff's got to step it up. It's like we're not consistent. So when a team is not consistent and not performing at a high level, you got to look at the coaches. You got to blame Mike Tomlin. You got to blame, I know Terrell Austin ain't doing his job, but you got to be a head coach. You got to be able to make those changes at halftime. You got to adjust to what they're throwing at you.
Yeah.
Steelers defense, I know they love playing man, but you don't play one-on-one with Jamar Chase.
No.
Nope.
You're just going to lose. I'm sorry, but he's too good. I'd rather take him out of the game and force somebody else to beat me. Make them run the ball. I'd rather them try and force them to run the ball instead of letting Jamar Chase and T. Higgins go off on you for 200 yards each. So they definitely need to take care of that.
Yeah, I agree. But one thing I do like about Zach Taylor and their offensive design, they get their playmakers the ball in space. They target them. And you can tell, the offense is designed to get these guys the ball. The Steelers, what kind of direction? They say they want to be a running team and, their best back gets 13 carries. They don't get the ball to DK Metcalf. I mean, I don't understand their offense. Arthur Smith has been there for years, and it hasn't worked. No matter who the quarterback was, George Pickens, DK Metcalf, it was always the same thing. They couldn't get the ball. DK Metcalf, the last 3 games, 3 catches, 35 yards against the Chargers, 2 for 6 against the Colts, 5 for 55 against the Packers. That was pretty decent. But against the Bengals, another 3 catches. A lot of his games, he only has 32 catches on the year. They have to do a better job of scheming him because, I don't understand where the offense is going. And unless you could score in this league, you're not going to win. The defense has been getting better. They were pretty good the first quarter, but they were on the field the entire game after that because the Steelers kept going 3 and out. No kind of consistency. So I don't know. Aaron, I did want to get your call on this. I think it was LD said there was a rumor Tomlin to the Giants for some high draft picks. You see that even happening?
No, I don't see that happening.
I just don't. It's a good idea. I mean, it's rumors, but I definitely don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Mike Tomlin. The only way Mike Tomlin leaves Pittsburgh is if Mike Tomlin wants to leave Pittsburgh. That's just
there you go. That's it.
So, unless he wants to go to New York, then he'll go to New York. But just saying, hey, we're going to trade Mike Tomlin. We're going to just get rid of him for some high draft picks. I don't see the Steelers organization doing that.
Okay. I got you. Give me a prediction, and I want to ask you something about high school, Aaron. Give me a prediction for this game, score-wise.
I actually, if the Steelers play like they played against the Colts, play zone, make the quarterback irrelevant, put pressure on old man Joe Flacco like they did Daniel Jones, I think that'll be a big win. I'll say 33 to 20 something. I think they can do if they play like if they play like how they played against the Colts.
Okay,
it'll be a big win.
Okay. Hey, Aaron, real quick, I'm gonna get this high school. Last game, me and Smoke and Jim covered Amani, and I know you'll be happy. We gave the MVP to Matt Fillmore and the offensive line. They got a big game against Central Valley. They win that game. They have a chance to win the Whippy against Avonworth. Your thoughts? We know you've seen Amani last year and a little bit this year. You think they can do it? The offensive line, they led the team. They ran for 500 yards against Hopewell last week.
That's what I think it comes down to. It comes down to if their offensive line can be better than everybody else.
Yeah.
If their offensive line is consistent and doing what they did in this previous game, then I think they have a chance.
Okay.
The later you get into the season, it's starting to get cold. Hands start to get heavy. The ball started.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna rely on you to run the ball. So if they can run the ball and consistently do that, I think they'll have a chance. They got skill. They got too many athletes. They got too many skill players all over the field.
Facts.
Derek Davis is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
The quarterback,
Gabe Jenkins.
Gabe Jenkins is.
Yeah.
He's just a freak of nature. He's a dog. So you put the ball in his hands, you have always got a chance. But it comes down to the trenches.
Yeah. I like the way they were blocking. If they continue that, I like their chances. Avonworth, they've been running over everybody, Jim. But I think Amani can stop them, Jim. Real quick, Aaron, I know we got to head out of here. Give us a little preview on Arod girls basketball. They're going to go back to back to back to back. We know Coach Ellen.
You put me on the spot.
Hey,
you go back to back. There ain't nobody stopping Ryan Sledge and Bailey White and Cena Tassomi. Them girls is about to get out there and ball this year.
Okay. All right.
Bailey's on the verge of beating Edna Campbell's, breaking Edna Campbell's all-time leading scoring record.
Wow.
This is her senior year. She's looking to have a great year. She looks phenomenal right now.
Okay.
She just won the cross country. The girl can run 10 miles all day, every day with no problem. So she's looking to break that record. They're priming up and getting ready to go. It's going to be interesting.
You're playing in another city, and hopefully they can do something in the States this year, right?
That's the goal. That is the ultimate goal, to win a city, then take care of the states, and try to get a couple state wins under their belt.
Okay. All right. Hey, Aaron, man, appreciate the call, man. We got to get you to call and come on the show again, all right?
Yes, sir. Have a good one, fellas.
All right, Aaron.
All right.
The call. Hey, listen, I think that's all the calls we got. We can take one more, but final thoughts, Jim. We want to go to you first because we know you're going to start crying if we don't. Jim, your final thoughts?
Well, and I know, and Aaron knows that Amani ain't beating Avonworth.
I don't know that. Neither do you.
Only thing Amani's winning is recruiting visits.
Oh.
But hey, listen, two great teams. Fort Terry's the best team in the state.
Oh my state.
And Avonworth is right there. They both got a chance to win state championships this year.
All right. You want to give your power rankings, Jim? You know, is Dallas still on your power ranking? You finally took them off, Jim.
Well,
yeah,
again,
you took them off.
Nobody seems to be questioning my Baltimore Ravens anymore. But I will say the Kansas City Chiefs got to be number one. Number two, I'm still put Philadelphia. Number two, the Baltimore Ravens. Number three, I would say the Pittsburgh Steelers. Has to
oh my gosh!
Come on, what, Jim?
Pittsburgh Steelers have to slide in there. Number four, and I like the LA Chargers. They're improving. Not the LA Chargers, LA Rams.
LA Rams. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, the Chargers beat the Steelers, and I don't know how you got the Steelers in there and not the Chargers, but whatever. Real quick, let's get one call. Last call of the night. Lee on your line still?
Yeah, I'm on the line. Can you hear me?
What's up, Lee? What's on your mind as we get ready to wrap up, man?
Real quick. Art Smith is the problem. I'm tired of hearing Tom and talk about they're covering DK. You know, there's guys that they could get wide open. It's the schematics of the pass plays. They're not good on third down. We know Aaron Rodgers in the past was always good on third down.
True.
It's poor passing on the offense, and they're not putting enough points up. It's terrible. His pass, you don't have a running back like they did with the guy in Baltimore. So, okay, they run the ball good enough, but nobody's fearing the run like they did when Art Smith was at Tennessee. There's no excuse why they cannot highlight their talent.
Right.
A flow to the game. They don't put points up. They don't finish drives.
True. It's been the same. It's been like that for years. You know, Matt Canada, Arthur Smith, offense is not getting it done at all. So
they're keying on Metcalf, they're keying on Mac. Okay, what else? You got other teams that make adjustments and utilize all their talent. You know, well, I want to say San Diego, but so be it. They beat Pittsburgh across the middle with slants when they played them on the night games. They need to stop except for the Super Bowl. But there's no excuse at that level as being an offensive coordinator. There's no excuse. His pass routes are terrible. It is not helping out Aaron Rodgers of sustaining and finishing drives.
True. Yeah. I mean, you know, last week when I saw Jonnu Smith wide open, I'm like, that's the first time we've seen a receiver that wide open. Meanwhile, we see it all the time with other offenses, especially against our defenses. You know, but that was the first time. I'm like, wow, he's wide open. Of course, they missed it, but you know, I don't know what happened. They didn't have another wide open receiver the rest of the game. So
last, because I know y'all wrapping up. Even the play on the goal line, he tries to throw a little fade route to number 4 of the Steelers.
Yeah.
It should have been a back shoulder throw.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know how. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I'm sure DK probably expected that. What'd you say?
That's a flag football, tag football route.
Yeah. You know, and DK didn't sell it too much. I mean, he doesn't run the greatest routes, but I agree that should have been a back shoulder. I don't know how he thought that could get in there. You know. Yeah. We'll see. Give me a score, Lee, before you go.
Who they play? The Bengals?
Yeah. Steelers and Bengals, yes.
Long as it's at 1 o'clock, they got a shot. If it's at 7 or 9 p.m.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yeah, they're winless in primetime games. Oh man. That don't say much for a playoff game. All right, Lee. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Oh, y'all have a good night.
Oh, you too. All right. Final thoughts, man. We got a bunch of calls. Big Row, Fillmore, give me some final thoughts.
All right, let me go with my power rankings. I got the Lions at 5. I got the Eagles at 4. I got the Colts at 3. The Seahawks at 2.
Yeah, Seahawks.
And I got the Rams number 1.
Number 1, okay, yeah. Yeah, Matt Stafford.
I like the Rams.
They look good. They look good, man. You know, Stafford came in the year with some back issues, but those back issues got worked out. At least 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 games in a row.
Yeah, they got 2 really powerful wide receivers right there. If they stay healthy, they're going to be trouble.
Yeah.
Everybody in the NFC this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they had a good chance against the Eagles last year, but that snow got them, and Saquon Barkley got them. All right, Phil Moore, final thoughts.
Hey, man, I'm going to hit college football real quick. There's no standout Heisman Trophy player. There's no standout running back, defensive player, quarterback, or receiver. But right now, I think Fernando Mendoza from Iowa, they've had a tougher schedule. I think they beat better teams than Ohio State has. And he has, I think he's tied for the most touchdowns or something like that. Right now, he's in the lead. But there's no runaway. There's no talk either. There's after Arch Manning folded, it's over.
Yeah. Fernando from Indiana, that touchdown throw, you know, you look for Heisman moments. You know, that's the key one there against Penn State, man. Penn State was so close to pull that up.
I was at that game.
Okay. That's what's up. You know, man, I know they were sick in Happy Valley. It wasn't Happy Valley after that.
No.
Happy Valley, there was a lot of people real mad about that one, man. But, all right, let's real quick. Eli, 21-17, Cincy, Indiana, yeah. Sorry, bro. It's saying all the way. All right, he says the quarterback for Ohio State to get it. All right, mine is real quick. Listen, man, great show. One thing that I saw, Jake Paul supposedly fighting your guy, Anthony Joshua. You know, that's, you know, Jake Paul let go of Tank Davis because Tank Davis, a.k.a. Crime Time, got in another incident. And Smoking Jim caught him there. So he's proving you right. Every time you turn around, there's a domestic issue, there's a car issue, and now, you know, he got another situation. And Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is supposedly going to happen in December. Is it going to be a fixed fight? Because if it's up and up, Anthony Joshua destroys Jake Paul easily. What is that? What is that? I can't see.
I want all of these Jake Paul, all of these stupid fights. They got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to just say, listen, the money is what the money is, but where's the interest at? I have no interest in watching these dudes fight for the rest of my life, unless they fight each other.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If they fight each other, I'm good. I might watch that one. Other than that,
Paul brothers. Well, Jim always put the Charlo brothers. We got the Paul brothers.
The Paul brothers. This is it's WWE at this point, because you can't tell if the money is rolling, how the fight's going to go or not. Okay. Who wants to be interested in something like that? It's a serious sports watcher. How can we take these things? How is these things even of interest after a while when you can't tell what's real and what's fixed?
That's true.
And in my mind, it's always fixed at this point.
Okay.
But that's why they get rid of. That's why they try to make something else out. Tank had no convictions as accusations. They got rid of Tank because he ain't want to buy into the dive.
Okay. And you think Anthony Joshua is?
Yep.
No. Anthony Joshua's washed.
They put that check in front of him. What Anthony Johnson going to win?
All Anthony Johnson is this. That's it. Because all of those abilities that they say that he has, I don't see it. He loses fights that he shouldn't lose, and he is of no interest in me either. Like, I don't hop out the window like y'all do, as much as when it comes to boxing. It's going to take a major fight or a real decent fight for me to hop out there and say, let me go out there to check it out. He's not one of them. The Pauls, I'm done. I don't want to see their face anymore. I don't want to walk in a fight. Unless it's on a street corner.
All right, Jim.
Nobody's taking them seriously.
Jim, these are two of your boys. Two of your guys before we get out of here. You have any interest in this fight if they do it in December?
Oh, yeah, this is the greatest thing for boxing.
Oh, God.
You got Jake Paul from Cleveland, which is Pittsburgh, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. some tough guys come out of those hometowns. Anthony Joshua, a future boxing Hall of Famer that knocked out the MMA guy.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah. So it could be a great fight.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Hey, Jake Paul is carrying boxing right now, and I know it's gonna be a big payday for Anthony Joshua. I can't wait.
Oh man, I have no interest in this fight, because I think it's going to be fixed. Because if it's up and up, Anthony Joshua knocks out Jake Paul easily. I mean,
easily.
Paul picked this up in his 20s.
Easily.
But we'll talk about it, man. Keep the chatter going. In the chat, we all watched Tyson let Jake live. Okay, all right, yeah, definitely. Tyson, that's why he was fighting his glove like that, because he knew he couldn't hit him in the head. He couldn't do everything. You're right. For real, I definitely agree with that, Eli. That was garbage. Hey, thanks for the calls, man. We had a lot of calls, a lot of comments. Big Rome, Fillmore, Smoking Jim. Check us out next time, scsportsworld.com. Check us out. Peace.